we're back now with JP, and we're going to hear more about his amazing photos showing all of these different types of anti-gravity craft that were flying in the vicinity of McDill Air Force Base. So welcome again, JP, to XO News TV.
Thank you, Dr. Michael.
So what we were going to look at now was this really incredible set of photos you had of a flying triangle, of a flying rectangle-shaped craft, anti-gravity craft, that you sent me on October 23, and so there's quite a story to this in terms of how you were alerted to this flying rectangle, mm-hmm. and your own experiences in relationship to it. So why don't you just kind of walk us through what happened that day?
That day I was, doing my routine work, and a white van. I remember a white van from distance. It was following me. So this white van, there was two guys there. These two guys, they were kind of palish in color. They look like the military type. They had sunglasses, and they had a black uniform type of, clothing. Mm-hmm. I remember, out of nowhere, I felt like a needle. I felt, and I was not. I remember I called you in that time that it happened, mm-hmm. and I felt kind of like dizzy-ish. But then I saw the van again, and they left. And I started getting flashes of me being inside this ship.
Now, did the guys in the van kind of alert you at all to the ship?
Yeah, they alert me to after I felt the sensation of being with a needle. They did point up, and I saw this ship, and the ship, I actually saw it, and then the guys appeared, and then they told me to keep looking to the ship, and I kept looking to the ship, and then when I felt the sensation of the needle, I saw the ship again, but the ship was a little bit closer than where it was. So it moved, but I never noticed it when it moved closer, and then it just did like a curve. You can clearly see when I took the picture, and then it left.
Okay, so with this picture, I mean, this happened after you had some kind of experience. I mean, they injected you with something, and there was a kind of a little bit of missing time.
Yeah, time.
And so then you when you come to, they're pointing up. And you look up and you see this flying rectangle. You take photos, and then a little bit after that, you start to remember actually being inside of the craft.
Yeah, I remember being inside the craft. It was an amazing experience. So after I saw the craft, and I remember being inside. I remember being in I think I drew you the picture.
Yeah, right.
Of me being inside the ship. And it was like an oval.
Yeah, you can go on.
Oh, during that same time, somebody else saw this ship. Oh, right here. Somebody else also saw the ship and called, the MUFON?
The MUFON, yeah.
And somebody else saw the same ship I was in, heading out.
So there was a MUFON report,
yeah,
corresponding to that incident. Right?
Yeah, more south from Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
So when the ship was leaving, other people saw it, and there's confirmation that other people reported it.
Right. But you got the photos, so that in itself is very powerful confirmation that you were in it. So you remember, after taking the photos of this craft, that you remembered being inside of it, and you kind of sent me a drawing Of
I
what
remember
looked like it?
being inside the ship and I saw like a rectangle, but instead of the window being on top, the window was close to the ground. The window, you can walk. You're walking into this old thing, and the window's right there in the angle, and you can see the houses.
Yeah, because of the audio quality.
You can see the houses. You can see the movement of the ship, and it was spectacular. And the walls, you could feel they're pulsating. You can feel the vibration on the walls, and you can feel the vibration on the walls, and the wall was like a goldish, bluish color, and it was a beautiful sensation. The gravity, I felt a little bit lighter inside this oval when I was walking through these platings that the ship had. Mm-hmm. You felt a sensation that you were like at least 50 pounds more lighter.
Okay, so you're kind of walking down this corridor, and there's an oval shape to the corridor, and I remember you saying that there was a console, or kind of like what you thought was some kind of weapons platform, but this was actually this ship that you were on actually carried weapons.
Yeah, it carried weapons. It carried I'm thinking a laser-like kind of weapons.
And what made you think that?
Because of the side of the ship when I took the picture, the side of the fit.
Okay. So just the external observation of the rectangle craft made you think that this was a
it had a 3 feet by 3 feet round metallic glass that it would be like for a laser. A strong laser.
Okay. And when you were on this craft, you saw some military personnel wearing a patch. So, explain what happened there.
Well, I saw the military personnel wearing this particular patch, but I didn't remember how the patch looked like. But I remember drawing something, and then I called you, and I remember us researching. We found what this patch was. And I was like, holy crap. We found what it was. It was a Special Operation Air Force patch. And it was kind of interesting that we found that. That really was a breakthrough when we found that, because right there we could tell that, hey, they have these ships and they're working with our friends.
Right. So basically, this patch helped us identify the personnel that were working on this anti-gravity rectangle craft that could have been a weapons platform, or that they belonged to US Air Force Special Operations, which is the Air Force's kind of elite air commando outfit. But now we know that they actually have a presence in space, that they actually provide personnel for this craft. And one of the things about Air Force and military personnel with patches is that they wear patches when they are working in particular squadrons that are operational.
When they're on mission.
On a mission. So this was telling us that this actually was a squadron, that there were more of these flying rectangles.
Oh yeah. I felt that there was more of these around. Not only this one was the only one. They have a couple of these out there operating at the same time, doing probably the same thing to other people. Right.
And you, at the same time, have been continuing to have contact with a covert operative from McDill, who chooses to remain anonymous. But you tell me about your conversations with him, and he says he served on these flying rectangles as well.
Flying rectangles, flying triangles, TR-3Vs.
Right.
Also, I don't know if I ever told you, but also anti-gravity type of helicopters.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that they have.
Well, thanks for that, JP. So now we're going to move on and look at some of your photos that suggest that the US Air Force is working with Nordic extraterrestrials. So thank you.
You're welcome, Dr. Michael.